What's up, Gemini? Welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you, asking about love, money, life. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. The idea is that it applies for you whenever you see it. Of course, that being said, this channel is completely committed to empowering you. So if you don't like the message, if it doesn't resonate, just throw it the heck out. You guys hold the power. Never give it away to tarot. Never give it away to me either. You're the boss. All right, so we start with the message, reason. Gemini, think it over. Constructive and positive thoughts are the seed corn of a life of fulfillment and joy. Constructive and positive thoughts. And what pops in my mind is also the power of asking questions. The power of asking the right questions. And I'll take a moment and say, if you are not driving, if you're not at work, if you have the ability to pause the video, I encourage you to grab something you can write your thoughts and your emotions down on, just a side note, and make this a collaborative reading, or just pay attention to what comes up for you, because they can be very revealing. I can just tell it's going to be one of those readings. So it goes on to say, calm down, Gemini, and find a place where you can think over a problem in peace and quiet. Look at from one point of view and then another. Try to get an overview and then consider each detail one by one. Find the right proportion so that everybody and everything has its due. And that is the way to produce dependable results. All right, that's kind of cool. Let's see there's a lot of swords energy flying around already, which is your element. Let's see what tarot has in store for you. So if you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Geminis and cross-watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hi or leave an emoji, something that represents your energy that we can focus on. It's all love and light here. If you've never been to my channel before, thank you for spending a couple minutes just to see if it's a fit. I encourage you all to hit the like button if you can. Help this channel grow. All right, we start with the Six of Pentacles. That's a really great card to start with, you guys, because this is part of reciprocity and equal give and take. And so that's a great way to start your reading. Let's keep on going. What's coming towards my Gemini that they need to know about? Abundance, the Queen of Wands. Ooh, I like this reading. What's coming towards my Gemini? What's coming towards my Gemini at the time of viewing this? Right on. Okay, so we got two people showing up here. I'm going to talk to you about them in a moment. We've got the moon energy, Piscean energy. Talks about that which you cannot see, things that have not come about, or even the subconscious. Maybe some fears are being triggered a little bit, possibly by this individual. Doesn't look bad. Don't be scared, because at the bottom of the deck, we've got the sun. So whenever you get the sun in tarot, Gemini, it kind of it sheds a beautiful light over the whole thing. So I'd say already that this is not drastic, it's not scary, but I am interested in the message because it does seem like I'm catching you in a pause. Kind of that moment of Seven of Pentacles where you're taking a break to get some perspective, like your card suggests, to think it over. And it's got that Swords energy. So obviously a lot of the success of whatever results from this is going to depend on your strategy or your thought process, right? We're reading between the lines, but that's what tarot is suggesting. So we've got, first of all, somebody, this could be representative of your energies right now, or it could be somebody else, maybe a fire sign, doesn't have to be, but the Queen of Wands represents somebody, male, female, anybody in between, who has kind of a bold, confident energy. This is somebody who follows their instincts. They don't go back on their notions. They don't regret their decisions. And if they even do wobble a little bit in their confidence, they're never going to show anybody. This is somebody who gets a lot of attention also. They like nice things. They like to represent themselves in a nice way. So it's if this turns out to be within the context of a work situation for you, this looks really great. If this is your energy, for whoever this is, this person knows how to sell themselves. If this is a relationship reading, this is a very attractive person. All right, moving on. We have the abundant energy of the Empress. She's the only pregnant card in the deck, not because it means you're going to get pregnant. Sometimes it's literal, but rarely. It's more about a situation here could be underestimated. It could grow so big and so positive and so abundant. And so it's a very fertile energy. I love that. And then we have our moon, right? So we're going to have to unpack that. But here's the other individual. This is the King of Pentacles. Being that the King of Pentacles came out upside down, this means that this person is very cold and practical, that they are not getting emotions involved. And when they come out upside down, sometimes I liken them to sometimes an entity or even a bank sometimes. So only you know what you're going through. You're all going through different scenarios. That's why I give you a bunch of different examples, but the energy is all the same. Why is that bowing? Why does that? The Wheel of Fortune. Let's just take note of that because it's acting funny in my hands. The Wheel of Fortune is it's great news coming towards you. All right. What's the Six of Pentacles for my Gemini? What's my Six of Pentacles? Please make it clear. You guys, this is going to be an extended. I love to make extendeds for you when I have the time. And we go deeper into all the cards, into the advice portion. And if you like that, then the link will be in the description box below. Otherwise, we're going to continue on. What's this? You know what? This is getting back what you put into a situation. Hard work and focus is going to be recognized in this situation. And it's almost like it comes with this gentle humility of the Page of Pentacles. That is the student, right? That is being curious. So literally, are you hitting the books? Or are you doing a lot of research? Maybe in a few of your cases. My nose just itched. That's a good sign. But this is most likely you are taking on a situation in a humble manner. The whole act of asking questions, it takes you out of the pressures of just knowing, of coming to a conclusion, of AKA jumping the gun in some situations, like taking yourself outside of that pressure and stepping into the humble position of learning more is where it's at here. It's going to be recognized. It's going to be rewarded. Four of Wands represents sometimes a gathering of people. It could also represent just home and stability. You've got pentacles all over the place in this reading. So it's very much talking about value, self-worth even, of money. All right, let's keep moving. Who's this? Queen of Wands. What do we need to know about her for my Geminis? I'm going to let that one come out. The Death card. Why the Death card for our Queen of Wands? Oh, the Sun card upside down. Oh. Who's this person? The King of Wands. What's the relationship between the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands? Right away, we got the Strength card. Putting away an old exhausting chapter. You know what's interesting? So the King of Wands is the counterpart, the divine counterpart, or the match. Doesn't have to be romantic, but the match to the Queen of Wands. So there's an evolution happening here. I heard in my head, who gets the talking stick? So the King of Wands steps in with strength, inner strength. This can be even in the context of diplomacy, to kind of end a situation that has been kind of tired out and exhausted. I think something here needs to go, needs to move, needs to evolve. In some of your situations, this is gonna be somebody who's taking the place of another individual, and this could be somebody who's a great visionary, who has wonderful enthusiasm. They know how to sell themselves too. In fact, they're just a little bit better at it. Now, that's just one scenario. But in some of your scenarios, this is literally the Queen of Wands stepping it up, taking that final step to become the master of what they're already good at, right? So we can all look at ourselves as we're all in works in progress. And when we figure out what we're really good at, the next question is, how do I get better? How do I fine tune this? How do I master? And any master knows that there's no such thing, right? The best way to look at that is there's always more to learn. There's always a way you can develop yourself. I've been doing tarot for 10 years. I want to know that there's always more. I can always get better, right? There's always more to learn, another perspective. This could be literally the Queen of Wands seeing what aspects about them needs to move out, needs to be let go of, because it's holding them back, or it's It's bringing them down, right? It's holding them back. And so in order to become the king of wands, which is basically it's a hierarchy, right? The best, they got to let it go. And it's going to take that strength. This is that inner strength, right? To put down this chapter. So there's two possible scenarios here. You know what you're going through. Empress card, what do we need to know? Wonderful. Abundance is on its way. It's a long time in coming, though. There might have been some patience required. Letting go is something even that might have been a harsh ending. There might have been a harsh ending here. Some of you guys might be resisting letting aspects of it go. Then I want to move to the moon. That is the 10 of Swords right there. That gave me the indication. Here's the thing, is timing played a big role in all of this. The Hanged Man talks about patience, right? But there's a really important perspective that you're getting, Gemini, that you would not have gotten on all that you will be in gratitude for, all the abundance, all the ways in which this scenario is going to grow in a positive light, is connected to an ending that was harsh, or maybe a sense of sabotage or suddenness, if that's a word. Suddenness, a word? Anyway, it was all about gaining a perspective. And so maybe it's been a long time in coming, but you're richer for it. The 10 of, what's this? Moon. Love it. Ace, ace, ace. Give me the ace. I love it. Oh my God, somebody's coming forward. This is to demonstrate their care for you. Flipping but not flying, the Hermit card. For my Geminis, what's this? Moon. We have, oh, here it is. It knocked. This is interesting. I look at the behavior cards, and this collaboration card, this working together for a shared goal. Now, if you guys are dating, I'm going to just throw this out there. This can be online dating sometimes. I just have to throw it out, and you'll know why I threw it out in just a second. If you're looking for a job, or if this has something to do with the collaboration that you're doing with others, this kicked out of the way the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, again, represents gatherings. It represents celebrations. It represents these kind of points in life where we, what do I want to say? It's basically around stability. Like we've arrived, like a new place of stability or celebration. Just have to throw that out there. I don't want to take too much time on it. But either way, what you don't see coming, what you don't see involved in all of this, and I think it has something to do with timing, is Ace of Cups. Something that is going to fill your cup. Something that's going to feel fulfilling. Knight of Cups. Somebody's coming towards you. Now, this could be romantic. If this is in romantic context for you, this is somebody who's going to sweep you off your feet. This is somebody who possibly, with the help of others or a dating app or whatever, is making their way to make this offer to you. Now, if this is not a romantic context for you, then this is somebody who's got kind of a compassionate or creative offer. And it's very much attached to cups because it's attached to emotion. It's attached to care. I like it for you. That's cool. You know, and it makes me reflect on your oracle card of like, think it over, reason. Get all of the thinking out of the way, right? Like get all the questions out of the way. It's almost laying the groundwork for this Knight of Cups coming forward, for this ace. Who is this cold mofo? Oh, another cold mofo. This is an emotional and maybe manipulative one. We just got these two kings upside down. Who is that? Gemini? These two people, are they working together to make your life hell? What is this? Then now we got all these people. The Knight of Wands. I'm going to ask about them. And then the Three of Swords. So these people represent heartbreak and disappointment. Wow. Okay. I know that we're kind of getting into a long reading, but I do want to ask, before we go to the extended, I have to ask about this. Who is this Knight of, let's just get a card on each, okay? What did they represent in your life, right? What was the significance of them being in your life? Let's talk about the cold dude. Could be male, female, anybody in between. Sometimes I connect it to like an entity. This is cold, it's strategic, it's practical. It's all about their investment. It's very cold that way. Like, is this going to look good for me? Their Tower card kind of flipped but did not fly out. They got it with the Death card. So with the King of Pentacles in reverse, that cold entity, we have the Death card. It's moving out. It's going to be making room for good things. And there's this real solid feeling I'm getting through your entire reading, which is wait for it. Don't act right now. Think about it. Observe, ask questions. Yeah, it's kind of this pause, because there's a certain amount of evolving that you have nothing to do with, right? Who's this King of King of Cups in reverse? So this is somebody who might be out of sorts, maybe when they're not toxic or when they're not out of alignment. Maybe they're actually like a really caring or compassionate individual, or they'd like you to think so. But for whatever reason, they're just out of sorts. And it could be, maybe they've got good reason. Who knows? But who is this person? They got 2 cards. Okay, so they're realizing that they have a choice, and all that glitters is not gold. There's all these options, but some of it is illusion. I think that some of these were not actual real options or viable options. So again, let's put this in context just for the fun of it. If this was a romantic reading and you are available and ready to date and or amidst choosing partners and going on dates, this would be somebody who, if they lash out to you in an inappropriately emotional way, just know that it's because they have been kind of drug along. They've been catfished a bit with the 7 of Cups upside down. And they have a hard time making any decisions. So they don't know what to trust. So I hope that's confirmation for anybody who's going through it. So we've got that. Again, I'm going to give this King of Pentacles a try, telling you about it in a romantic context. This individual, they would come across as cold. They would come across as possibly almost looking at you on paper, like how good do you look on paper type of thing. They're moving on out. I just don't think they're going to be there very long. If this is not a romantic context, I'll give you the explanation as well. This would just be somebody in a situation that really still similar meaning. They don't know what they can trust because they're realizing how delusional they were, or how much illusion that they were swallowed up by in a situation. Who is this Knight of Wands? Okay, and this Knight of Wands you can't even trust. This is somebody who's really enthusiastic, very lustful or passionate. If it's not a romantic context, it's somebody who's really got an idea they got to share, or they got a vision, or they're really gung-ho and enthusiastic and almost, I'll just leave it at that. They came out with the 7 of Swords. There's stuff going on for this person that they're not sharing, and it's, and maybe that's come to light at this point because it's all connected to the 3 of Swords. So these are people who are coming up in your reading for a reason. Feel free to share what you think that reason is. But yeah, out of all of them, I think you've had maybe the most confusion around that Knight of Wands because they are galloping into the picture with so much enthusiasm. It can almost be convincing. Do you know? That can be... YouTubers can have that, right? You can get carried away on somebody else's enthusiasm. It can be a salesman at a car lot. Oh, you got to check out this car. It's amazing. It just came in yesterday and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is that person who pulls you along on just the emotional aspect, on just the energy alone. But pay attention to if you hesitate. Pay attention to how much do you actually know about this person? So that there might be a wishy-washy, cloudy feeling in regards to this person. Yeah. All right. So I hope that was helpful. Confirmed some feelings you've had on something. Pause, take a step back. You can get intellectual. Let your Gemini intellectual side come out. Ask all the questions and don't commit to anything just yet, but you're headed towards really beautiful things. I'm going to go into the extended and get more advice specifically around these people and what's coming next. I'll talk to you soon. Please like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye-bye.